married once. Is there born a comedian with such talent, wit, and comic genius that Bill Cosby, Robin Williams, and Jim Carrey sit up and take notice? The Rubber Chicken Guy is not that comedian. He may not be good, but he's paper-trained. Please welcome the Rubber Chicken Guy.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Well, I am so glad to be here. For those of you that don't know me, my name is David. I am the Rubber Chicken Guy, and there are 3 things that you need to know before we get started in order to avoid total disappointment on your part. The first thing you need to know is that despite the name, the Rubber Chicken Guy, there are in fact no rubber chickens in the show. It's purely a cheap marketing gimmick. But all the other magicians had a cute name, and I wanted one too. Second thing you need to know is that many of you have seen magicians or jugglers in the past, and you've left the show really impressed thinking, wow, how did he do that stuff? And I got to tell you, I'm not as good as those magicians, and you folks are all going to leave tonight thinking, why did he do that stuff? Third thing you need to understand is that my show is highly participatory in nature. I'm going to need the help of some people from the audience. If I ask for a volunteer and you would like to help, that's your kind of thing, politely raise your hand. If you don't want to help, folks, you do what the people around you will be doing, and that is desperately avoiding eye contact with me, okay? Now, there's been a lot of hype about the show. You're really pumped to see it. You're excited. And, folks, high expectations can be a dangerous thing. So bring them down to a reasonable level, and the show will be better for everyone involved, all right? Now, we're going to start off with a bit of a warm-up. And this is partly for my benefit, but partly for yours. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to start with some juggling, start with the easy tricks, work our way to the hard tricks. Folks, if you see something you like, don't be afraid to kick in with a little applause. If you see something you really like, don't be afraid to give me a lot of applause. And if you see something you don't like, that's the part we keep to ourselves, all right? So we're going to start with ball number 1. A little slow. Let's try it again. Ball number 1. Good. Here we go. Now wait for the moment, folks. There are 2 key elements to applause. One is enthusiasm. One is timing. One without the other doesn't help me much, so try to get them together. Here we go. Ball number 1. Here we go. No, that's not it, but thank you for your enthusiasm. A perfect example. Enthusiasm, you score a 10. Timing, not so good. Work with me. Here we go. Ball number 1. Well, that's as good as it gets, folks. Have a good night. Let's try something harder. Ball number 2. Here we go. Ball number 2. 2 balls, 2 hands. 2 balls, 1 hand. Hold your applause. Oh, you are. 2 balls, 1 hand. Here it comes, folks. 1 leg. Ball number 3. Sir, what's your name? Yes, yes. Jim. Jim, would you like to see me juggle 3 balls? Good. Would you like to see me juggle 3 balls the easy way or the hard way? You don't take a hint very well, do you, Jim? Here we go, Jim. 3 balls the hard way for Jim. Sure you don't want to see a coin trick, huh? Okay, all right. 3 balls it is. Now, Jim, what I didn't tell you is that you are now the head cheerleader. All right? So what I'd like you to do, when I do something that is new or different, you will start the applause. The audience will take their cue from you. And we'll just go from there, all right? That's new or different. Don't wait for something impressive. That might not actually happen, okay? Here we go, Jim. This one's a test. Here we go. Start the applause, Jim. Don't make me do this. You like the stupid stuff? Good, I got lots of stupid stuff. Jim, would you like to see something even harder? Yes, you would. Would you like to see 4 balls? That's too bad. I don't do 4 balls. Oh, you're disappointed. I tell you what, we'll give it a try. In fact, Jim, I'm going to show you how to do it. You'll learn how to do 2 balls in the right hand, like this. Once you learn 2 in the right, you want to learn 2 in the left. like this. And once you've done 2 in the left and 2 in the right, you want to put it together. A little bit of grace, a little bit of style. Here's what it looks like. This is the grace and style part. Here we go. You're not buying it, are you? Let me tell you about something about applause, folks. If you wait a beat and then clap, it comes off as pity, okay? We'll do it the hard way. Jim, thank you. How'd you like to see 5 balls, Jim? All right, thumbs up from Jim. 5 balls it is. Now, Jim, unlike 4, 5 balls is in fact quite difficult. Therefore, it doesn't last very long. So I need you to help me out, folks. Get your hands, please, into the clapping position. Get them out and up. Now, there's a reason behind this. The reason we're doing this, folks, is that, as I said, it doesn't last very long. And if your hands are sitting down here, by the time I get 5 balls up into the air and you get your hands up to clap, it's all going to be over, and you're going to feel like you've missed out on something. So hands up in the clapping position. Here we go. 5 balls, 2 hands, 1 juggler, 0 social life. Actually, that'd be a lot funnier if it wasn't so true, but thank you for laughing at me. Here we go. Let's give it a try. Hands up. Jim, one more thing. Jugglers get 3 tries on the hard tricks. This one's hard. Here we go. So you don't want to see that coin trick now, huh? You know, folks, if you clap when I screw up, I'll never learn. Let's give it another try. Jim, can we do it one more time? Thumbs up from Jim. Here we go. Let's try one more time, folks. Hands up. I've got an hour and a half to do this, folks. Let's hope I get it this time. This is a rare trick. I rarely get it.
I think I do comedy primarily because I'm totally unemployable in any other field. My style of comedy is more boy next door needs medication. Oh, David Copperfield. Oh, good friends. He denies it in public, and that's a sore spot in the friendship. So thanks for bringing up the painful memory.
When I was a kid, my mom said something really important to me. She said, David, she said, one day you're going to grow up. And, okay, she was wrong about that part. She said, when you grow up, you're going to need a job. Start thinking now. So I started thinking long and hard. And one day when I was 10 years old, I was sitting on the rec room floor. I was watching TV, and this guy came on, made a lady disappear. And I was so impressed. I thought, wow, if I could make girls disappear, that'd be so cool. Don't get too excited. It turns out making women disappear is, in fact, not a magic trick. No, it has more to do with your personality than anything else. But this guy, he made the largest lady in the world disappear. She was over 300 feet tall. She weighed over 150 tons. She's more than what my mom keeps calling big-boned. She's big. Her name was the Statue of Liberty. His name was David Copperfield. And together they created one of the coolest illusions of all time. And I thought tonight we'd recreate the illusion with your help. The first thing I need you to do is get the David Copperfield look of mystery. I'll give you a moment. Just go ahead, give it a try. Okay, there's a little nervous laughter. This is hard for you folks. I don't want anyone feeling left out. You take your magic finger and push your eyebrow up. That's not working for you. I got another one. You lift both eyes and pull one down. That one's dangerous if you're wearing contacts, all right? Good. Now that you've got the look of mystery going on, the next thing I need you to do is raise one hand. Thank you. I see that hand in the back. Okay, now that's good. You're all doing real well. It's early in the show, though, and I can tell you're not putting 100% into this. When I look out at you folks and you're all doing this, it makes me very nervous. I would feel safer up here if you raise your hand a little higher, straight up and down. That's good. Thank you. Now, this hand is going to make a magical hand gesture. Please remember, this is a family audience. Only a magical hand gesture is appropriate. No other hand gestures, all right? If you don't like the show, talk to me in person afterwards. This hand makes magical hand gesture goes something like this. If you go to a Pentecostal church, you've got this one down already. Good. Now we count to 3. Count with me, folks. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. That's beautiful. It has nothing to do with the trick. I wanted to see if you do it. Put your hands down. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. We're going to do something together, and I need your help, and that is exactly what I need you to do. Folks, there are 2 kinds of magicians. There's the good-looking, award-winning, travel-around-the-world kind of magician. And then there's people like me, and they don't let me use things like the Statue of Liberty, so I've had to come up with something slightly different. With that in mind, this is not the Statue of Liberty. This, straight from Superstore in Langley. Ladies and gentlemen, the Statue of Hines. All right, for now, it's the Statue of Hines. Together, we're going to make it disappear into thin air. Ooh, ah, ooh, ah. So, if you wouldn't mind, please, raise your eyebrow, the look of mystery. Raise your hand. Perfect. Now on the count of 3, count with me, folks, with feeling. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. It's gone. You're not buying it, are you, sir? You know, sir, like imagination, trust is also a really important part of the show, all right? Yeah, listen, it's a hard trick, all right? Cut me a little slack. Try this one more time. Everyone raise your eyebrows. That's your hand. Am I going too fast for you? Tell you what, raise your eyebrow and your hand at the same time. Good, here we go. Count with me. 1, 2, 3. It's gone. You are still not buying it, are you, sir? Yeah. You know, I got to be honest with you, sir. Normally I entertain for children, and they really like this. Totally not going for it. You know what? I apologize, sir. We'll do. I got other stuff. We'll do something different. I got a box full of stuff. We'll do something else. All right. Go back.
The anatomy of funny can be reduced to 3 basic parts: the setup, the punchline, and the tag. The setup, that provides the situation and the expectation. Hey, you ever gone skydiving, sir? No, yeah. My girlfriend sent me skydiving the other day. The punchline, that provides the all-important zag. I thought that was really suspicious, actually. And the tag, that provides the approach to the step too far. Nothing like skydiving to say we need a little time apart, huh?
Thank you. Thank you. You're very odd. Any animal lovers in the audience? Any animal lovers? 7 of you. 7 of you. Good. That's good. That means the majority of you will not be offended by this next routine. Those of you that are, well, that's life. Those of you that are not animal lovers, you will, of course, immediately recognize one of these. Now, ladies, don't get excited. It's just a small animal trap. Wouldn't hurt a dog. Mess a kitty up real good, though, so you got to be kind of careful with them. Now, I don't advocate using these. In fact, this is the public service announcement part of the show. Folks, I don't suggest you use these at all. I think they're cruel and inhumane, and they don't work. I used them for about 3 weeks. I got a whole case of them. You can't get these in BC. Had to get mine in Alberta. You can get anything in Alberta. I got a case of these. They threw in a free gun rack. I thought that was really nice. I got a whole case of them. Put them along the front of the house, sides of the house, back of the house. Used them for 3.5 weeks. Still having problems with those neighbor kids. No, I'm kidding. I would never use a trap like this on a child, okay? Because actually, if you're having problems with kids, you really need something considerably larger that's got some holding power. There's those little devils. They'll just gnaw right away, you know. Actually, I did catch a little guy, an animal, not a child. And I feel bad now, but, you know, after 4 trips to the trap, he had no legs left, and I felt responsible, so I brought him into the house. You know, I put him on the couch, and he watches TV a lot, but he's not a total deadbeat, just got a part-time job. He's now the War Amps Animal Division poster boy, which is good. He's bringing in a couple bucks. But he's taken a real shining to the world of entertainment, and I would like to do a proper Hollywood introduction. Once I've done the introduction, if you would respond with a warm welcome, give him a nice round of applause, I'll bring him out. He'll do his impressions for you. He's got an absolutely killer act, so please respond accordingly. He's a little shy. But first, the introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome to the stage a young raccoon who already, in his brief time on the stage, has entertained for 4 presidents of the United States. They were all at Mount Rushmore at the time, but he still thinks it's a big deal. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please put your hands together for Rocky the raccoon? Come on, buddy. Come on. That's what. Come on. It's all right. Okay. All right? Okay. Gets a little nervous. He's been in the box a while. Just give him a little munchy, munchy, munchy. Okay? Yes. Happy. This is Rocky. Rocky, would you like to do your impersonations for these nice folks? Okay, a little stage fright. What we're going to do is do a little hypnosis with Rocky, and under a deep hypnotic trance, Rocky will do his little thing for you. Hang on a second. Rocky, stare deeply into my eyes. Not so deep. 1, 2, 3. The animal is out like a light. He doesn't feel a thing. And now, under the power of animal hypnosis, Rocky does some of your favorite celebrities. Ladies and gentlemen, Abraham Lincoln. Tom Selleck. Brooke Shields. Some of you are looking at me going, what is that thing? It's a boy. No, it's a slinky in a fur coat. It's a toy for rich kids, you know. They come out of Vancouver and go, Mom, my slinky's cold. Well, you just grab a passing squirrel and fuse the two together. After a couple weeks, the smell goes away. These are a lot of fun. In fact, I'll show you how to use them, because if you like to be the center of attention, nothing beats Rocky the raccoon. You hold him like you would a water gun. You have the trigger finger underneath and your thumb on top like this, and when you squeeze the trigger finger, he looks down. Just like this. Little munchy, munchy, drinky, 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 drinky. Squeeze with his thumb, he looks up. Hey, he's so cute. If you combine the movements with a little bit of side to side, he becomes quite lifelike. A little action on the tail. Whee! 4 fingers, make him boogie up the body. Boogie, 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 boogie. Only 4 fingers, folks, never 1. He's like, woo! Doesn't like that at all. Reminds him of that last trip to the veterinarians. Very bad memories. They make great balloon animals. Look, kids, it's a raccoon. I don't get many birthday party gigs, let me tell you. The most fun I ever had with Rocky was on a date. These are a lot of fun. Boy, if you want to create a first impression or test out someone's sense of humor, bring along a dead animal. And I took this on a date, and I thought it would be really fun. So I brought Rocky out, you know, it was the salad course, you know, we're still reading our menus. Well, my date she was reading it very intently. It's like, and I was just feeding away, you know, the munchy, the crouton, salad, you know. We're having a wonderful time. Mothers at the other side of the restaurant pulling their children a little closer. We're just feeding away, having a wonderful time. This guy, obviously the owner of the restaurant, no sense of humor. We're feeding away. He walks up and he says, "Excuse me, sir." I said, "Who, me?" He says, "You're not allowed to have a live animal in this restaurant." I said, "What? No live animals? No problem." Medium rare, please. Little steamed vegetables, side of rice, that'd be nice. Excuse me just a moment. Little raccoon CPR, he'll be fine. Ladies and gentlemen, Rocky the raccoon. Now, folks, he's not quite done yet, because Rocky has just learned a magic trick, and he convinced me that before the show that I was to bring him out, have him do this little magic trick. But before we go into this, I'm going to need a couple of volunteers. So this is the point at which you grab small children, put them on your laps, make it look like you're indulging a conversation with someone really important. Just generally avoiding eye contact doesn't work. Okay, so let me see. I need 2 volunteers, and preferably some people that are kind of related. So let me see. Now, you two, did you come with Mom? Did you? Is it? Oh, Mom's giving you the death look. That's good. She's perfect. Hi, what's your name? What's your name? Katrina. How are you, Katrina? Good, wonderful. You're going to be even better when you join me on stage. And how old are you? 8. I was 8 when I was your age. What are you laughing at? I was. What's your name, sweetie? Madison. Would you like to help me on stage? Okay. Come on up here. Give Madison a big hand. Madison, come on up here. Katrina, you don't need to clap because you're coming too. Come on up here, Katrina. There you go. All right, up the stage. Folks, give them a nice welcome to the stage for me. All right. Now, come. Katrina, if you would stand here. All right, face the audience, big smile, showbiz. Now, Madison, would you like to help me out over in the middle of the stage? All right, come this way, stand this way, big smile for the audience. All right, now, Madison. I'm not entirely sure what happened there, but we're just going to roll with it. Madison, we're going to do a card trick with Rocky, and I need your help to pick a card. Have you ever done this before? You don't know. That's okay. I don't either, so we're both in the same boat. Madison, what I'm going to do is I'm going to shuffle the cards, all right? And I'm going to get you to pick a card, okay? Pick a card, any card you'll... Okay, so we're going to do it the hard way then, are we? Okay. All right, it's not the ace, Rocky. We're in trouble. Okay, Madison, I'd like you to look at that card. Don't let me see it. Look at the card, memorize it, show it to Mommy. I'm going to get a marker here because that's the next thing we need. Show Mommy the card. Mom, make sure you memorize that card. Now, Madison, I want you to hold the card this way to yourself so that I can't see it. And I'm just going to take it like this and show the audience. Folks, see the card? See the card? Burn it into your memory. Hold it up to the camera so they can put it onto the monitor in my box. No, I'm kidding. I'm joking. Madison, you'll notice that there are no secret markings on the card. There's no way I could identify the card were I to look at it. Madison, I'd like you to take the card, turn it this way. It's not that kind of trick. I'm not going to be the one finding it. Rocky is, so it has nothing to do with me. Madison, I'd like you to take the magic marker, and I'd like you to put your name in big letters here, or your initials or something, so that if we ever see the card again, we'll recognize it. Big, bold letters with the magic marker. Oh, good, she's only doing initials. Perfect. Okay, sweetie, put the lid back on the cap there on the marker. Perfect. Okay. Now, Madison, I need you. You're the quality control here. You need to make sure that we're not doing anything fishy, all right? So you watch real careful. We're going to cut the cards like this. We're going to shuffle the cards like this, all right? Now, what I need you to do, sweetie, because you're going to need both your hands, I need you to put the marker into my pocket. Just slide it in there. Good. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to hold the cards as tight as you can like this, and don't let me have them back, okay? All right. Take them, hold them nice and tight. Hold them like this to yourself, like that. Not like that. I can see the cards. Turn them the other way. Turn like this. That's good. Okay. Not entirely what I had in mind, but it will work, Madison. Now, Madison. Those arms are going to cramp up in a very funny position. People are going to wonder, never mind. Madison, what's going to happen now is Rocky is going to find the card, okay? Rocky is a card-finding raccoon, okay? You have this look of complete non-belief on your face. It's okay. What we're going to do is we're going to get Rocky to find the card. But because card tricks are intrinsically wimpy, we're going to increase the stakes a little bit, Madison. And what we're going to do is we are going to launch Rocky across the stage. And I've got a specially designed device here. This is a Rocky launcher. You've heard of rocket launchers? This is a Rocky launcher. Now, Madison, what's going to happen is we're going to stick Rocky inside this cannon. You are going to throw, when I tell you to, you're going to throw the cards into the air. You're going to huck them in the air. Rocky will fly through the air, and using his sense of smell, will land in Mom's hands. Don't drop the raccoon, ma'am. Okay? All right? So are you ready? Okay, we're almost there, but Rocky's a little picky about this whole performing thing, and Rocky insists that we put him into his aerodynamically designed flight suit. Okay, it's a flight sock, all right? This is a budget show, folks, and this is the hardest part of this budget show. If you've ever stuffed a raccoon into a sock, you know what I'm talking about. And I think we all know what I'm talking about, a raccoon in a sock. Everyone does that on their weekends, don't they, Madison? All right. Now, he's a little picky. He's got this whole celebrity thing into his head, so he's got a little cape, a little Rocky thing. All right. There we go. Okay, so we'll just cape Rocky up there. Perfect. Okay. Now, Madison, let's just square this whole thing away. What I need you to do, sweetie, is I need you to come stand right back here and stand on that line, face the audience with a big smile on your face, and hold those cards, because when I tell you to, you're going to whip the cards up in the air, okay? That's all you have to do. Just whip them in the air, right? Just throw them in the air. But when I tell you to, okay? Katrina, when I shoot Rocky, your only job is to catch Rocky. Okay, good. Are you ready, Katrina? Or Madison, for that matter. Can I call you Bob? Madison, hold on to the cards. When I count 3, you're going to huck him in the air. Katrina, when I count to 3, I'm going to launch Rocky. You're going to catch him. Okay? Good. All right. Now, Madison, all I need from you is to throw the cards into the air. We toss Rocky into the thing, and you're ready to go. Are you ready? Here we go. Madison, it's all up to you. 1, 2, and throw them slightly out, okay? Otherwise, I'm going to have to aim the rocket launcher this way, and you don't want that. Up like this. Good. That'll do. On the count of 3, Madison. 1, 2, 3. Go, Madison, go! Yes, Katrina, now! Wait! Katrina, bring the raccoon forward. Bet you never thought you'd hear anyone say that to you. Fetch the raccoon for me, Katrina. Katrina, I don't want to touch that, but I'd like you to give the raccoon to Madison so she can pull the card out of the mouth. Madison, you see a card in Rocky's mouth? I'd like you to pull the card out, and then don't say anything because we're going to do the big finish, okay? Pull the card out of his mouth. He doesn't bite. Just yank it out. All right, just give it a pull. Good. Now hold it close to you like this. Now here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to count to 3, and when I count to 3, you're going to open the card, and if it's your card, this is your big moment. You're going to say, "That's my card." If it's not your card, you're going to say, "That's my card." Got it? Okay, on the count of 3, Madison. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
That's my card.
Hey! Madison and Katrina. Madison, take your bow. Perfect. Katrina, thank you so much. Madison, thank you. You know what? Sweetie, keep this. After the show, I'll sign it for you, and one day, it'll be worthless. Folks, give them another round of applause as they sit down.
If thou wouldst have something be comical, preceded by that which is tragic.
Well, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, I have good news, and I have some bad news. The bad news is we had to remove both his hands. The good news is you're saving a fortune on mittens.
If thou wouldst have something be tragic. Well, preceded by that which is comical.
I don't normally do this kind of thing, but I made you a commemorative paperweight.
No! Save yourself! It was a rogue hangnail!
It's the problem with raccoons. They're just relentlessly shit. So feel free to talk amongst yourselves here. I'm just going to rub myself down. So, where are y'all from? I was sitting with my creative team the other day. We were talking, and, we came to a consensus. They did. They said, David, we really want you to do something artistic and poetic. Well, I wanted to do something dangerous and exciting. So, we compromised. We were doing something artsy and poetic. There was a man named Reverend Charles Dodgson, and he was a poet, wrote children's poetry. The time has come, the walrus said, to speak of many things, of shoes and ships and sealing wax, of cabbages and kings. And it's no wonder our kids are screwed up. Charles Dodgson was known to all of us as Lewis Carroll. Lewis Carroll wrote books like Alice in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass, and I've come up with an interactive magical tribute to Lewis Carroll, and I need a couple of helpers for this particular piece, and this is not a cheap magic trick, this is theater. So I need 2 volunteers, and people pointing out volunteers will in fact be chosen as victims. So while I appreciate your generosity, sir, keep your hands on your lap, all right? Let me see. How are you? No, I'm not going to pick you. I wanted to scare you. No, I'm just kidding. Come on up here. Come on up here, Rod. Rod, what I'd like you to do is stand center stage. I'm going to choose another volunteer because I need one more person. This one's a minor role, but it's important. Gosh, what did I tell you, sir? Don't make me come over there. What's your name, young lady? Carrie, you were so scared I were going to pick you. Come on over here, Carrie. Come on, this will be fun. Come on, give him on the yeah, that's good. Come on down here, Carrie. I'll just trip over the stairs. Come on over here, all the way down. Carrie, we're going to have a little fun together. I promise this is a minor role. You're going to really love it. Step right up here. You're going to you're just going to love this. Okay. Now, Carrie, if you wouldn't mind standing right here. 2 roles in this particular piece of interactive magical tribute. Carrie, you get the easy role. You are a tree. Okay, you look like a telephone pole. Maybe a little more, yes, good. That's perfect. We're on a budget. We got to work with what we got. Now, Rod, if you wouldn't mind standing right over here. Rod, you are playing a slightly more complex role, and I'm going to explain that to you. But because this is short notice, and I don't want you forgetting your role, I've got a sign for you. You will play the mythical monster, the Jabberwocky, okay? The sign is so you don't forget your role. I'd like you to take 1 step forward so that you're right in the light. Turn slightly to face the audience. Perfect. Okay. Now... Nice shirt, Rod. I've seen the script, and you don't have a speaking part, sir. Now, Rod, just for the sake of the theatrics of this, we're going to put this old neck stock on you. What are you laughing at? It's better not to ask any questions, Rod. Now, this will be a lot of fun. You'll really like this. Just put this. I'm starting to see where this is going, aren't you? 'Twas brillig, and the slithy toves did gyre and gimble in the wabe. I told you this poem makes no sense, didn't I? Good. 'Twas brillig, and the slithy toves did gyre and gimble in the wabe. All mimsy were the borogroves, and the mome raths outgrabe. Beware the Jabberwock, my son, the jaws that bite, the claws that catch. Beware the Jub bird, and shun the fruminous bandersnatch. So, he took his vorpal blade in hand. Long time the manxome foe he sought. Then rested he by the tum-tum tree, and stood a while in thought. And as in uffish thought he stood, the Jabberwock, with eyes of flame, came whiffling. The rest of the poem makes no sense, neither does this part. If you could just play along with the whiffling, that would be great. The Jabberwock, with eyes of flame, came whiffling. Apparently a whiffle is a silent thing. Came whiffling through the tulgey wood and burbled. And burbled as it came. Well, 1, 2, 1, 2, and through, the vorpal blade went snicker-snack. He left it dead, and with its head he went galumphing back. And hast thou slain the Jabberwock? Oh, come to my arms, my beamish boy. Oh, frabjous day, callooh, calais, he chortled in his joy. 'Twas brillig, and the slithy toves did gyre and gimble in the wabe. All mimsy were the borogroves, and the mome raths outgrabe. Ride my Jabberwocky, one more time. Thank you. My tum-tum tree. Beautiful, thank you so much.
It hardly hurt at all.
Lift with the chin, close shave, beautiful. Thank you. Those men are not your friends. It's always harder to get volunteers after that last bit. I'm going to need another volunteer, and now this one's a little different because I'd like to teach someone an important life skill, and you just never learn, do you, sir? All right. What's your name, sir? Kevin. That's a mighty firm hand grip you got there. I think, yes, that's just firing a warning shot. Well, subtlety doesn't work with me, Kevin. Come on up here. All the way to the front, Kevin. All right, quickly, Kevin. If this was The Price is Right, you'd be like booting it right now. Come on. You take away the cash incentive and... Kevin, what I'd like you to do is stand right there, right over the little trapdoor. Perfectly. Okay. Kevin, I'm going to teach you how to juggle. You excited? I apologize. It's hard to find good help these days. Kevin, we're going to have a little bit of fun. I'm going to teach you how to juggle. Now, the thing you need to understand about the Rubber Chicken Guy School of Juggling is that it normally takes about 5 days, and, well, we're a little pressed for time, so I'm going to need your help because this is going to be accelerated somewhat. So, listen carefully. First things first, you've got to look like a juggler. I need you to stand with your feet shoulder width apart. Bend slightly at the knees, suck your stomach in. Push your chest out, pull your shoulders back, lift your chin and smile. That's good, but I suddenly have an urge to buy a used car from you, so we're gonna kind of dress you up a little bit, get a little bit of the juggler mood going. There you go. All right. Now, Kevin, as you may have noticed from the first 5 minutes of the show, no one actually cares when you juggle balls, so we're gonna go on to something that's a little bit more impressive. We're gonna go straight to the clubs. Now, listen carefully. Folks, you too will learn to juggle and amaze your family and friends. Because of safety, I'm gonna ask you to take one step over. Bruce, that was beautiful. Kevin, you begin with 3 objects, 2 objects in one hand, 1 object in the other. Each object spins at a 45-degree angle, spinning only once. If they spin twice like that, that makes it particularly difficult. If they spin 1.5 like this, that makes it even harder. Try to keep them spinning just once. 45-degree angle makes it look pretty. Here's a hint. Start with the hand with 2. Got it? Good. Once you got that, you want to move on to something a little harder. So here's what you do. You take the basic pattern that you just learned, and you take one of the clubs out of the pattern. You're going to stall it underneath your leg just like so. If you can get under the leg like that, then you want to go underneath the arm like this. If you can get under the arm like that, then you want to go between the knees like that. Don't do that too quickly, Kevin. Once you got that, you want to go under the leg without stopping. So you take one of the clubs out of the pattern, you're going to throw it from the outside to the inside, just like so. If you can do it from the outside to the inside, you want to do the inside to the outside. If you can do it from the inside to the outside and the outside to the inside, you want to do the inside to the outside and the outside to the inside at the same time. Kevin, that looks something like this. Thank you. If you can get that, you're ready to go behind the back. Now, Kevin, if you were listening carefully, you'll know that behind the back is just like going under the leg, except instead of going under the leg, you're going to go behind the... I knew you were listening. Here we go. You start with the left hand, you throw from the left to the right. If you can do from the left to the right, then you want to do the right to the left. If you can do from the left to the right and the right to the left, you want to do left to right and right to left at the same time. Kevin, I don't always catch this one, so I need you to cover for me if I miss. Here we go. Left to right, right to left at the same time. Ha! Right here. Right here. Right here. Nice. Knock it off. Kevin, we're going to do a hard one now. I learned this from a juggler who had a black belt in karate. I got my black belt in Walmart. This is the result of staying up 2 o'clock in the morning. I was watching an old Jackie Chan movie, and I thought to myself, what would happen if Jackie Chan had been a juggler? This is the answer. Oh. That's not it. I'm just getting into character. I'm surprised at you people. Here we go. Ha! Ha! Big finish. Ha, 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 ha. Hey-ya! Thank you. Thank you. Now, Kevin, now it's your turn. Come stand center stage. Listen, I've been up here for an hour now, and I got to go to the bathroom. So what I want you to do is I'm going to get 2 in one hand, 1 in the other. I'm just going to run off to the little juggler's room there, and I'd like you to cover for me. Just kind of keep it entertaining, keep it snappy. Don't hurt anyone in the front row. Ladies and gentlemen, Kevin the Juggler. Don't encourage them. Kevin, we're going to try something different. Kevin, what I'd like you to do is kneel down right there on that highly absorbent sacrifice on the pillow. Face the audience, kneel on the pillow. You'll find it really comfortable. Good. Now, here's what we're going to do. We're going to introduce the element of danger into the show. I am going to juggle in front of Kevin. And I can do this one of 3 ways. Each way, progressively more dangerous. I can do it like this. Juggling in front of Kevin. However, that would be a bummer of a view for you. I could do it like this. These things going really fast in front of your face. But Kevin, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, ooh, what happens if one of us gets hit by those things? You're absolutely right. So in order to reduce the chance of that one of us being me, I'm going to stand behind you, and I'm going to juggle like this. All right? Now, I know you're still nervous. You're thinking, what happens if you get hit by one of these? And, well, you're right. Right you are, Kevin. The other thing, of course, is that these are really expensive, and if one of these were to hit you and break, you'd have to replace the entire set, and I wouldn't want to do that to you, Kevin. So just in case something goes horribly wrong, we're going to use something a little bit more durable. Now, Kevin, these are razor-sharp jungle machetes of doom. And folks, just to make this a little bit more theatrical, I need your help. When I say 1, 2, 3, razor-sharp jungle machetes, here's what I need you to do. Put your hands on your hips. Take a big, deep breath of air and say in your deepest superhero voice, of doom. Let's give it a try. 1, 2, 3, razor-sharp jungle machetes. Of doom. That was nice. Kevin, are you nervous? Oh, you know, that's okay. I am too. I mean, who wouldn't be? Look at my hands. They're sweaty and shaky. It'd be amazing if I can hang on to any of these. Now, Kevin, we have certain safety precautions involved here, and we're not allowed to do any of this without a safety helmet. I hope that doesn't bother you. Okay if we use the helmet? Is that all right? I didn't ask that. I asked if it was okay if we use the helmet. All right, good. Now. Oh, right, I'm sorry. There you go. Hey, that's a good look for you. Hey, try something. Yeah, good. Okay. There. Nice. Okay. Now, folks, 3 very important safety rules. And we're coming to the part where you do your line, so don't mess it up. Safety rule number 1. As I juggle these, here comes 3 razor-sharp jungle machetes in front of Kevin. Kevin, they're going to think this is really cool. They're going to start clapping and cheering. You will not bow till after the trick is over, all right? Safety rule number 2. As I juggle these 3 razor-sharp jungle machetes in front of Kevin. Kevin, you're going to think this is pretty cool, too. No clapping until we're done. Put your hands behind your back. Keep them there until we're finished. And safety rule number 3 has nothing to do with safety. Has more to do with our relationship as a performer and his victim, volunteer. And that is this, Kevin. If you close your eyes, I will close my eyes too. Okay, let's give it a spin, shall we? Kevin, you're a little taller than most of the assistants I picked. Perfect, thank you. All right. Now, I don't want you to freak out about this. I practice. Practice with Julie. She's my half-sister. Oh, I forgot to mention something, folks. As with everything I do, trick doesn't always work. So, if one of these does come accidentally flying into the audience, please don't panic. Besides, I've color-coded them. You catch the red end, not the shiny silver end. And if something happens to Kevin, as unfortunate as that might be, I'm a trained professional, and my top priority is finishing on a strong note. So, once the ambulance leaves, I'm going to need another volunteer until we get it right. No takers. All right. Here we go. 1, 2, 3 razor-sharp jungle machetes. Nice. Okay. All right. You ready? Too bad. Here we go. Oh, boy. It's all right. It's all right. My hands get sticky when they're sweaty. Here we go. All right. Let's give it a whirl. I'm just stalling, folks, because my insurance doesn't kick in for another moment or two. I'm kidding. I'm joking. I don't have insurance. I'm not sure why you're laughing. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Now, Kevin, this is cool, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, listen, we got a bit of a problem. I have never learned how to stop. Folks, on the count of 3, big round of applause. 1, 2, 3. Hey, Kevin, stand up. Beautifully well done. Kevin, take your bow. Very nice. Very nice. No, you can't keep that. All right, Kevin, thanks. Give him a round of applause and sit down. I need one more volunteer. I need the help of a big, strong guy. Big, strong guy? Big gentleman, big, strong guy. Oh, I know him. He's trouble. You two are too eager. There's no chance in the world I'm bringing someone as eager as you up. What's your name, sir?
Bruce.
Bruce, how are you? You're good. Nice firm handshake. Come on up here, Bruce. Give him a nice big round of applause. All the way to the front, Bruce. All the way up. Bruce, you're going to love this. This is going to be a lot of fun. I'd like you to stand center stage, just where everyone else did. Now, Bruce, let me ask you a question. You have any brothers or sisters?
Yes.
Brothers?
Yeah.
Two brothers. Did you ever play that game where you're a kid, where one of you gets tied up to a chair and the other two run down for dinner, and you see if you can get down for dinner on time? Did you ever play that?
No.
You are such a liar. Well, you've clearly missed out on an important part of your childhood, Bruce, so we're going to do something here, and I need your help. But the first thing we got to do is a bit of a warm-up, because I don't want you getting hurt on my stage. So what I'd like you to do, Bruce, face the audience, put your arms straight out like this. We're going to do a little shoulder roll. Okay, that's good. We don't have a lot of time. Hold your arms straight out like this. This is a static stretch. You can hold that for 45 seconds. That's going to stretch these these muscles here in the back. Hold that up there, Bruce. We'll just get the last thing that we need, and then we'll be on our way. You're going to love this. It's a lot of fun. He's done this before. That makes it a lot easier. Bruce, turn to face me. Repeat after me. There's no place like home. There's no... Bruce, hold the straight jacket, take a couple steps back. You're going to put me inside that. You're going to do it up nice and tight. Listen carefully. Once you put me inside that, you're going to do every single strap up as tight as they'll go, fairly quickly if you don't mind. When I cross my arms, you're going to do the same thing. Put your back into it. The only thing that I ask from you in this whole routine is that you do not pull me off my feet. You can be enthusiastic, you can be cruel, you can be mean, but don't pull me off my feet, because when I'm like this, there's no way I'm catching myself, okay? All right. Now, Bruce, just to make this a little bit more exciting, we're going to add a little bit of danger to the whole mix. Bruce, what you're holding is a straitjacket. It's manufactured by a company called Humane Restraint. Once you put me inside that, you're going to wrap me up with this length of chain. Bruce, this is a real straitjacket. This is real chain. On one end is a set of handcuffs, on the other is a round circle thingy. Those are real handcuffs, and that, folks, is a real round circle thingy. You're going to put me inside that. This big clippy thingy goes onto the big round circle thingy. It's very technical. Try to remember it. All right? Up like this, you have a watch. You're going to time me, so I'm going to take mine off. We're going to do this as quickly as possible. All right? Perfect. All right. Start at the top. All right. We're going to turn this way so everyone can see what you're doing. You start at the top and work your way down. Interesting note on this, it has a Canadian heritage, for those of you that care, because, hey, my show's educational as well as boring. 100 years ago, a young man by the name of Harry Houdini started performing in the middle of the heartland of America, and he was working his way through birthday parties and doing his thing. One day he got a chance to travel to Canada. Came up to Canada, and a man said to him after a show, said, "Harry, that's something you really need to see." Well, he took Harry to a place called an asylum. For those of you that are unfamiliar with the term, an asylum is the place where they used to keep crazy people. Kids, we don't have asylums anymore, but we have a lot of crazy people. They go to a different place now. It's called Parliament. And, it's not therapeutic, but you got to put them somewhere, don't you? Harry Houdini saw this man in a straitjacket, and he thought, if I could get out of one of those in the middle of my stage, that'd take the show from being good to being great. And he was right. This is what made Harry Houdini famous. Tonight we're going to do the same thing. I want you to wrap that around Bruce. I want you to put it through the leather grommet. That's right. Good. Get it nice and straight. You wouldn't want it to, be asymmetrical or anything. Put it through the buckle. Pull it nice and tight. As tight as you can get it. Just yank. Come on. Come on. Bruce. Be a man. Come on. Thank you. Oh, that's good. That's great. Thank you. Now, what's going to happen, folks, is once Bruce has got me in this, he's going to give me 3 minutes to get out. If I can get out in 3 minutes, it'll be a very cool trick. If I can't, it'll be a very long trick. Bruce, pick the round circle thingy up. Clip the round circle thingy onto the big clippy thingy. Hands of a surgeon. Not the kind of surgeon you want to go to, mind you. Good. Now, what I'd like you to do, drop the chain. Thank you. This is where you pay careful instruction to my instructions, Bruce. I'd like you to pick the chain up, pull it nice and snug. Guys, snug it up, Bruce. Okay, that's good. Thank you. Over this shoulder now. If you don't, thank you. Let go. I'll do this part myself. Thank you. Pick the chain up, pull it nice and snug one more time. Okay, easy. Now, I'm going to walk this way, and you're going to take the chain to the other end of the stage as far as it'll go. We're going to do this the easy way for you, Bruce. Hold the handcuff, pull it nice and tight, lift it about 4 inches. That's 1.5 feet. Good, right there.
That's a real male bonding moment for you and I, isn't it? Come walk this way. Bruce, open the handcuff for me.
Squeeze that swing arm. You're just faking this, aren't you? Push that swing arm through. Pretend there's a wrist in there, and you want to make it really, really tight. There you go. Yes, now pull your fingers out, quick. Good. We're making headway. Put it through the chain. Now, over as far as you can get it there, it's not going to close if you put it that far, but that's good. Thank you. That's wonderful. Yeah, it's good. See, this makes it a 2-hour show, which is nice. You get your real money for it. Bruce, I'd like you to stand over here for me. Get your watch out. Here's how it's going to happen. Geez, this is really tight. As I said, Bruce is going to give me 12 minutes to get out. Okay, 3 minutes. Bruce, here's how it's going to happen. In just a moment, you're going to say go. After the first minute has elapsed, I want you to tell me nice and loud, 1 minute, with feeling. After the second minute, you're going to tell me the same thing, 2 minutes. Then I want you to tell me every 10 seconds, 210, 220, 230, 240, 250, preferably at normal clock speed, if you don't mind. All right? Then the last 10 seconds, I want you to join him, count down from 10. Now, Bruce, this is not overly comfortable, so get your watch out. Here we go. Bruce, let's not wait for a round number like 9 o'clock, okay? Now, you've got to do it with a little more drama than that, Bruce. Yes, it is. It is hot up here. It's a 5-star. We're just going to wait for it to come by. What are you laughing at? It's funny, Bruce. It's the women all laugh, but the men are strangely quiet out there. I really should have practiced this one. I'm okay. Look, it's Riverdance. Yeah, I know, sir, it's better with the bagpipes and the fiddle, but then you didn't pay $60 to get in either, did you? So. Okay, would you count a little slower, please? What did you do back there? Hey, Macarena. We're only halfway there, folks. Oh, yeah, real milk of human kindness. Laugh at the suffering guy. Oh, that's a really small hole. I'm going in. I'm stuck. 2 minutes. Okay, quit rushing me, Bruce. It's a boy! What happened to telling me every 10 seconds? Oh, thank you. That was a time lapse for those of you that are unfamiliar with it. Thank you. Wow, this is really weird smelling here, Bruce. Okay, all right, we're going. 5, 4, 3, 2.
It seems to me that part of God's history with us is one of divine comedy. The setups are already there in the ironies and the tragedies of life. We want God to redeem us by pulling us out of this life. God zags by coming into this life. He takes on our humanity in Christ and provides not only our salvation, but he walks in our shoes. Jesus restores our humanity, allowing us to more fully reflect the image of God. Part of that image is laughter. So comedy is not just part of the healing process. It's also a reflection of God's character. And that makes it, dare I say it, sacramental.
I want to finish by telling you a story. I had a friend in college. His name was Tim. Tim had a dog. Dog's name was Bear. Now, for those of you that don't know, when college-age guys buy dogs, they buy them somewhat like they buy their power tools. You get the biggest one you can find. And so Tim went to the SPCA, to the pound, and he got a big Great Dane. He was mostly black. His name was Bear, and it was huge. He was nearly 5 foot tall at the head, nearly as big dog. And the other thing Tim got right about the same time, slightly afterwards, was a car. And college guys get their cars the same way they get their dogs and their power tools. The biggest one you can find. Unless, of course, you have no money, in which case you get something small and compact. And Tim got a 1971 two-door Honda Civic hatchback. So for those of you that have not put the scenario together, we're talking about a big dog in a little car. And you can imagine the difficulty of getting a big dog into a little tiny car. There's a ritual you go through. You open the door, you push the seat forward, and at the beginning, Tim would chuck a milk bone in you. And Bear would look at him like he was totally retarded. You want me in the car, mister? You throw a whole side of beef in there. I'll go in after. And so Tim would then pull and push and the dog into the car and then shut the door. And when you have a big dog in a little car, folks, you unroll the windows because big dogs drool, and if you don't unroll the window, you end up with a 1971 two-door Mr. Turtlepool in an awful hurry. And Tim, this is a hot day in August in Winnipeg. They were going downtown. Tim finally got the dog into the car, shut the car, seatbelt on, windows rolled down, stereos on, They're driving down the road, and he's got his head out the window, and his ears are flapping, and his tongue is wagging. Well, the dog's on the other side of the car. He's doing exactly the same thing. And they're driving along. They're having a wonderful time. When they get to the stopwalk at right downtown Winnipeg, they get to a pedestrian crossway, and they're sitting there, and Tim's idling the car, and Bear's looking around. He's having a wonderful time. All of a sudden, Bear gets this crazy dog look in his eye. He starts barking and growling and drooling, and in a moment, right through the window, the open window, pushes down, the little window thing goes, Bear jumps out and starts running towards this little tiny poodle. Because right about the same time that Tim decided to go downtown with Bear, there was an elderly lady by the name of Gladys. Gladys is about 100 million years old, but she still had one of these, we'll call it a dog for now. And so she's a little, it's a poodle with the little pink bow in the hair and a little pink leash. His name was Pee-Pee. So Gladys is moving and grooving downtown Winnipeg, and Pee-Pee's just having a wonderful time, padding along behind, and all of a sudden, Pee-Pee feels the ground shake. And Fifi looks up. Hey, man, it's a total solar eclipse. Only stickier. Just as this mouth reaches down, picks the dog up, and shakes it, and spits the dog across Osborne Street. Now, this is the maiden flight for this poodle, and Fifi is a nervous traveler as it is. Fifi is not having fun at this point. Jim is hiding behind the wheel of the car. Gladys is freaking out. Woo! Gladys freaking out. The only one that's having any fun at all is Bear. Fifi's not having any fun. Fifi's still in therapy. She's had Vietnam flashbacks and stuff. Sees a ceiling fan. Choppers! Under the couch. But Bear was having a great time. And I'm convinced Bear was having such a great time because Bear was doing what Bear was created by God to do, and that is to chase small animals like buffalo and moose and stuff. And happened to pick on Fifi, this poor dog. But the thing is, it's really easy for us, and this is where I'm getting at this evening, it's really easy for us to live and look at a dog like that and understand the design, and we look at ourselves and we go, ugh. And you know what, folks? God has made you in the same way God has made that dog. He's made you for a purpose, and the purpose is to have a relationship with God. All this laughter that we're having, you guys, God made us for laughter. The Bible says we are made in the image of God, and part of that image is laughter. We were made to enjoy life and life to the full, but you can't enjoy life in a straitjacket. And folks, Jesus came and he said, I have come that you might have life, and life more abundantly. He came to bring us freedom. And sometimes we get a picture of Jesus that he must have come to establish some kind of church, a franchise, put a church on a corner, and pyramid marketing scheme thing. But the fact is, he came for one purpose and one purpose only, to live and to die for us so that we could have a relationship with God, so the straitjacket around our heart from the sin, the guilt, the fear, and the shame could be shed off, and we could simply love life and laugh at life and have hope that there's something more afterwards. And that's when laughter becomes more than just a Band-Aid. It becomes something healing and something wonderful, because the love of our Father. Folks, if you remember anything this evening, I want you to remember that God loves you, he's got a plan for you, and he wants you to be free at your rock bottom, the core of your heart. God wants you to be free and have those chains taken off. Got a straitjacket on your heart. Folks, the way to that freedom is through Jesus. He loves you, wants you to have a wonderful life. You've been a great crowd. Thank you so much. God bless you. Have a wonderful evening. It's been wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. God bless. Thank you.
Good news is you'll save a fortune on me.
I can't do it.
Work with me. Work with me.
Don't make me come out there. I've got a microphone. I'm not afraid to use it.
Good news is you're saving a fortune on mittens. I don't know why I brought it up.
And then I said, why don't we go into onion and oyster farming?
I've come undone. Don't look at me. I'm hideous.